It's time for Monterey's Cookin' with Chef John Pisto. Folks, on this edition of Monterey Cookin' with John Pisto, he's going to teach us how to make a cioppino. And, you know, the only problem I have with cioppino, John, is that it's in the shells and it's real hard to eat. Do you have something to do?
Okay, I got just the thing for you, Mike, and for guys like you, and for women too.
All right.
It's called the Lazy Man Cioppino. We're going to do all the work for you. All you got to do is move your jaws and eat it.
Now
that's easy, right?
That's my deal.
Okay.
So what do you? Okay, you've already chopped the onions here.
So let's get the.
Now,
garlic.
once again, this is the way to do garlic, right? Just mash it, peel it, and then cut it.
Real fast.
Okay.
Comes right out. And I used a small onion there. This will be probably a portion for maybe 2 people.
Well, easy for you to say. I mean, all right. So you just now again, the reason you chop garlic is why?
I don't want the flavor to completely permeate the dish. I want it to have a little individuality. If you use minced garlic with this, it would taste too much like garlic.
Okay.
And I don't want that. I want to be able to have the garlic a little bit separate from the dish. Okay, give it some fire, and we can start. A little olive oil, real simple. This is a basic recipe again. Here I'm going to go use some parsley.
Now this is again flat leaf parsley.
This is the flat leaf that has.
It has flavor.
It has a lot of flavor. It's not neutral. I mean, you'll actually have some kind of taste in it. Just chop that a little bit.
Now, what are you putting in this cioppino? Pardon me, lazy man's cioppino.
Lazy man's cioppino. It's gonna have. We got the body meat and we got the legs.
That's the crab.
This
all
is
right?
the crab we cleaned before.
All right.
We've got some jumbo prawns. We've got clams, and we've got New Zealand slippery mussels. Now here they are. These are all live too, by the way.
Where do you buy these? Where do you?
Okay. Again, when you buy shellfish, let me show you some things with clams, for instance. Good place to buy is on Fisherman's Wharf, only because they have them in the water. Any place that you see clams in the water, that's the place to buy them. I don't buy them personally where I see them wrapped up in the plastic. These are living things. They have to breathe. Don't buy them frozen in the shell either. They're going to taste. They won't taste good.
Okay, so down to Fisherman's Wharf in the water.
That's a good place.
All
They
right.
have water circulating, and the way you tell if the clam is alive is you hit it.
And if an answers come in, you know it's alive. Is that
That's funny. If it has a nice hollow ring or a nice solid ring to it, like a rock, you know this is alive. Now, if it was a dead one, and I don't think we
Probably don't have
a
dead one here, do we?
It's going to sound very hollow like that.
Okay.
Okay, you see the difference?
Yeah.
You got that to this. So
Okay.
before you cook any clams also, always do that. Make sure they're alive, because a dead clam does not taste very good. Again, shellfish with the nose all the time. Even when you're cooking and after it's cooked and you're eating it, always smell it.
If it smells bad, don't eat it.
Because they can get you pretty darn sick.
All right. Okay, so now here you're sautéing the onions and the garlic and the...
Okay, we're going to make our little cioppino sauce. Just a little onion. Now, you know how many variations of cioppino sauce there are? How many Italians are there in Monterey? I mean, everyone has their own style. Who puts a little bell pepper, who puts a little celery, who puts this, who puts that. This is basic. You can put whatever you want. I'm just showing you a little basic recipe.
Okay, so now you've kind of browned this up a little bit. What do we do next, John?
Okay, I put a little hot pepper in it, crushed red pepper. We're going to give it a little bit of wine. Careful when you do that with the hot pan. It might flare up on you. Reduce it down a little bit. Just let it reduce. We got whole tomatoes. I like to use the Italian plum tomatoes. They seem to have, they're a little meatier, a little sweeter.
But it's up to you. It's your option again.
Whatever. You can use the round ones. You can use fresh tomato.
But is it easier with canned tomatoes? I mean.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. These, you see the tomato? They've been peeled. And we want the juice, so.
So what, you just squish them in your hand and
Just
then...
break them up a little bit. Just put them in. See, now you see why 7-year-olds like to do this kind of stuff. This is, it's not unpleasant, folks.
So, John, now, we've had this going for what? How many minutes here?
About 10, 11, 12 minutes, just enough to get rid of some of the water, reduce it a little bit.
Okay.
But we want to keep some of that water there because we're going to dip our bread in there.
All right.
Next move is we got to put what cooks the longest, which is the mussels. These are live also. These you may have to order from your market.
Is there a name to these mussels?
These are called the emerald mussels. These come live from New Zealand.
Oh, because it has it has the green around it.
Also known as the green lip.
Green lip.
Beautiful mussel.
Sound like a punk rock star. Green lip.
And we'll put the clams in. And now this is going to have to steam. And then at the end,
How long would does this steam?
it's just going to take a few minutes. Now, how's that look, huh?
Oh, wow.
Not bad. Okay.
So that took about how long, John?
Oh, geez, what was it, 6, 7 minutes?
Okay.
They're just opening now. We want to finish the shrimp. Shrimp take 2 seconds to cook, you know. We don't want to overcook the shrimp. It gets tough. Just move this around a little bit. Look at this mussel. Look at that. Does that look good or what?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Yeah. These mussels are real nice. They're real meaty. They don't shrink up if you happen to overcook them a little bit, which cooks like.
Now, when somebody's buying shrimp, you buy big frozen shrimp like that, or is it easier to buy it fresh and then you got to peel it though, right?
No, okay.
What do you do?
The shrimp that we got here in Monterey are only to be eaten sautéed or steamed in the shell. Don't try to use the frozen shrimps for that type of thing.
Okay, for what this should be frozen shrimp.
These are called Mexican grays. These are shrimp are bought by the pound, and they're numbered by the pound. The bigger they are, the more expensive they are.
Okay.
These are a 15 and under, which means there's 15 to a pound. The smaller the size, the cheaper the shrimp.
Okay, but for this dish, you want frozen shrimp.
You want a nice size. You could now, if we had some Monterey prawns, I'd throw them in there. That'd be outstanding.
But that becomes, instead of a lazy man's Cioppino, that becomes a wealthy man's Cioppino,
and
right?
also a messy Cioppino. Let's put. Now these are some olives I made. We cured them ourselves. And these are green olive that's done with a lot of lemon, some oregano. We'll just put a little bit of that in there too.
And again,
flavor.
people out there, they could buy olives at the store.
Black olive, the Kalamata olive goes very nice in here.
Okay.
There's other things we could add to this. I mean, this is just a real basic recipe. We're going to put the crab meat in at the end because I don't want to smash it all up, and we're going to put it in a nice bowl. And we just want to warm it up a little bit.
Okay, John, now what's happening
Okay,
here?
let's put the dish together now,
All right.
Michael. There's the
man,
guts of it. Now we'll do this. We'll get it all out, and then we're going to put some of the...
So as long as the shells are open, then you can just
pry them a little bit. We'll put everything, clams with the clams and the mussels with the mussels. And then we're going to throw the crab meat in there just to warm it up because it's already cooked. See, that pries open real easy.
Too bad Sal isn't here. He'd love this, you know.
Okay, we've transferred it all to the other bowl. Now we've got the sauce. Now we're just going to add a little bit of this and a little bit of this.
Now that's crab leg.
This is the crab
and body of the crab.
the body. Now,
okay.
I would put more normally, but we're going to do some other dishes with this. So see what I'm doing? I'm just warming it up in the sauce. We don't want to. We don't want it to. I don't want it to break down. So we put it here.
Crab is a tender meat, so you have to be
very delicate.
Yeah.
So we'll put it right in the middle so we know where it's at. Then we'll ladle some of this sauce over the other, just like that.
Oh man, I wish we had smell-o-vision.
And just ladle that. Leave the crab exposed a little bit. And there you have it, Mike. Lazy Man Cioppino for you.
Oh, look at that, folks. That is Lazy Man Cioppino a la John Pisto.